when you're going to talk to the principal, you should speak in standard English. And he was literally like the smartest person in the school beside me. Embrace, don't erase Jamaican Patois. Hi, my name is Tori. Welcome to Commentory, where I talk even when no one is listening. Today's outfit is giving business lady. This is actually my favorite thing to throw over anything that I feel like. So you're going to be seeing this quite often. So remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment if you find this video very nice and useful. And if you know anybody who loves to see people on YouTube talk all day long, please recommend my video to them because yeah, I'm a pretty good commentary YouTuber. I'm good at what I do. Jamaican Patois is an English-based Creole language within West African influences, spoken primarily in Jamaica among the Jamaican diaspora. Look, I think Patois, be it a language or a dialect as in some, I think Patois is a very aggressive and a very colorful language. As English language is, it is also very expressive too. So don't get me wrong when I say that. Let's go into the history of Jamaican Patois. Patois comes from French origin, meaning rough speech, and usually carries a negative connotation. Also called African English, the language of Jamaican people began to develop in the 1600s in Jamaica with the slave trade, the mix of European cultures, and African-related Creole. So let me talk about the status quo. I think that persons are basically still split on it becoming a language, but I think Patois is being more embraced, to be honest. But you have some folks that still really don't embrace the Patois language. And let me just put it quite plainly, they still don't think that Creole is being recognized. Jamaican Creole is being recognized in Jamaica because you have some people when you're going to talk to the principal, you should speak in standard English. It's yeah, you still have people still split over it. Alright, so let's go into my first point, which is the stigmatization of Jamaican Patois. So one, from what I've been hearing and from what I've witnessed myself, teachers and faculty only are some of the time, some of them, by the way, not all of them, thank you, want only standard Jamaican English to be used in the school. It's okay to want to embrace Jamaican standard English, but we need to stop trying to erase evidence of our history. Patois is a mixture and undeniably a piece of our ancestors' language, or pieces of our ancestors' language, our native tongue. So why try to erase the same history that we are told in school to embrace? According to this article by the Jamaica Gleaner, quote, "It is important for children to gain an appreciation for their first language, as this forms a huge part of their identity." The article also says that she said that this would build children's self-confidence since they won't be corrected for quote-unquote speaking badly. And this is a thing that happens a lot in school. And I am sure that I am literally not the only Jamaican who has witnessed this or has heard of this firsthand. Why not embrace all our languages? You're here in Spanish class to speak a lot of Spanish, right? English class, I can understand why they want us to speak English. Because it's English class, right? So we can get that. Alright, the second point about the stigma that I wanted to talk about is that people see Patois as rough, vulgar, and quote-unquote ghetto. Patois is a colorful language, just like English language can be. It can be aggressive, vulgar, and so on. Due to the intonation and tone, etc. Let's start looking at both sides of the coin instead of one side. Language is language. Good and bad words can exist in Patois and the Jamaican Standard English, so why erase it? 3. People think that speaking Patois is only used by poor or low intelligence people. Speaking Patois isn't 100% a marker of intelligence. Alright, so I remember when I was in grade 6, right? And the quote-unquote the smartest boy in the school one day just decided to tell the teacher that, I don't know if he was doing it because it was sarcastic, but dude was like, "Miss Marie, did I understand what you're saying now?" And she was like, "Really?" It was like, "Yeah, sometimes I don't understand what you're saying." And he was literally like the smartest person in the school beside me. This is just a little example as to why Patois cannot be used as an indicator of language, because this dude was literally like the smartest person in the class. Our cultural icons communicated in both standard Jamaican English and Patois, and were still understood. For example, Bob Marley and Miss Lou's poetry.
When God create man upon earth,
Yeah.
From an Adam and Eve time, and Adam and Eve them have children and thing, and them go on bad, and God never like the way how man was going on.
The basic premise of this section is to show you that Patois is just simply another mode of communication, regardless of syntax or grammatical features. It's the way that Jamaican people communicate. Regardless of Miss Louise Bennett or Bob Marley's status in society, Patois was their main language, and it didn't hinder their abilities. Our language and the way we speak is influenced by environments majority of the time. People who are not really intelligent speak straight standard Jamaican English. Like, you would never know. And the way that they carry themselves, their artifacts, the things that they wear, you wouldn't guess unless you really like talk to that person. When Shelly Fraser is on the track, she does what she needs to do, right? But also when she come off of the track, her personality never been left behind. She love make joke, and like we all can see it in different types of video that we see on social media with Shelly and
Your hair looks so gorgeous. Do you do it yourself?
Me? No, girl.
Who's your stylist?
Let's remember the girl.
Thank you, everybody.
And to be honest, if she did make a joke like using English language, would it even be funny? Come on. So Patois also creates this comedic effect as well. And even our greatest icons in society are using the language to create comedy. Some linguistics argue that Jamaican Patois is not a language because of its Creolized origins. Creole refers to a speech form that is comprised of two base languages. In fact, Creole is synonymous with pidgins, I don't remember if it was that word, and dialects, forms of speech that are not language. Look, I did communication studies in high school, and I can surely tell you about the facets of Jamaican Creole. Let's go. Grammar. The way we add them to show that there's more than one thing. So you say, we don't say the trees, we say the tree them. Phonology, the sound of words in Jamaican Patois. Egg becomes heg in some parishes, or snail becomes snail, and that's a good thing about Patois too. Depending on where you go in Jamaica, you still have some older forms of Patois being used. Different people in Jamaica speak a different way. Reduplication, like when we say something chaka chaka or something picky picky, you have another thing they call compounding, which is putting two words together like what we do all the time. Like when we say eye water or foot bottom, head top, head back, all of them something there. And another feature is gender distinction, where we in Jamaica mostly call people, some people say she, you see she there, or something like that, but sometimes or most of the time we use him or him to describe somebody, whether it be male or female. So in its own right, it is a language. As far as I see, Jamaican Patois has a majority of aspects that can make it its own language. It might not be as dominant in the world, but that shouldn't make it less a means of communication. As claimed by an article titled "Stop Demonizing Patois from a Semi-Lingual to Bilingual in Jamaica" by the Gleaner. Quote, "There is an acceptance of Jamaican language. In 2005, National Language Attitude Survey of Jamaica stated that more than 80% of Jamaicans considered Jamaican a language. Roughly 70% want it to be used as a language of instruction and literacy in schools alongside English. I think that Jamaican Standard English and Patois should be treated equally. Let Patois get the same respect as the English language. I don't think any should replace any or come over any, but just allow Patois to get the same grace as Jamaican Standard English or English language gets. Alright, so in Jamaica we have a vast population of different kinds of people, especially like the Chinese and Indian population. We have a lot of people here. So why not choose like different types of languages to be taught in schools? Sometimes they have French or you have Portuguese being taught in schools for the sake of CXC, and also Spanish. But why not introduce Mandarin or Cantonese to be taught in schools? There are so many other languages within Jamaica that we can explore that are of a minority, such as German or different forms of the Indian language already, just to name a few. We have such a growing population of different types of people, and by learning their languages, we can learn to be immersed in it, which can then in turn decrease the amount of racism that Jamaicans would have towards different races, and vice versa. They learn our language and we learn theirs. So in conclusion, embrace, don't erase Jamaican Patois. And that's all for today. And I will see you next week Tuesday with another commentary video. Might be of your choice. Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.